Yeah! What? What? I feel good. Time to work out.
Hey kids, it's time for your
What up, big kids? This is my big review of 300 Rise of an Empire with my special guest, my lovely girlfriend Nathalie, who, sorry this review is so late. We've had a busy weekend at
Sacramento Comic-Con.
Yep, Wizard World Sacramento, which was amazing.
Yeah, so fun.
But yeah, like we'll talk about that in the next Super Sunday. But we'll talk about 300. We actually got to see this movie Thursday, a special screening that was actually part of Wizard World in Sac So big shout out to SacGeeks.com for getting us in. But yeah, like let's talk about this movie. First off, it's definitely a proper and awesome sequel to 300, which, man, I can't believe it's come out like what, 8 years ago, 2006.
I know. Took a while.
Can't believe that. Yeah, 8 years ago that movie came out, and this definitely felt like a real sequel. It wasn't for like Dumb and Dumber or whatever. It didn't feel like
Dumber.
Yeah, like it felt like, even though the director of this movie is Naomi Morrow, who I'm trying to see right now what he's done besides that, and things like he's known for Smart People and HBO. He hasn't done much other stuff, but it looked like Zack Snyder directed this. You know,
it was very visually beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to talk about first. So this movie feels like Zack Snyder, even though he only produced it, I guess. It really felt like Zack Snyder directed this. Like, it had the same visual style, had the same... everything you loved,
action sequences and stuff too.
Exactly, the same things you loved about the first one. There's plenty of amazing visuals. It looks very stylized, just like
totally.
Just like
Love
the Frank.
That.
Yeah, just like the Frank
It was
Miller.
so cool to watch. I just felt like I was watching a comic book.
Yeah, and that's what they were going for with the first one, and then this one. It has that very visual. It's like the blood and gore.
You're like, that's so gross. You're like, that's so beautiful.
I know. No, that's the thing.
So cool looking.
And that's what. Even though this movie, by the way, this movie is definitely R-rated. Our buddy Sharmus Prime did a spoiler review, which also his review is very R-rated. So if anyone is not a kid, or parents, if your kids are cool with that or whatever.
Cool. If they're cool with that.
Like parents, like, you don't mind your kids about this because we're warning you. Okay, it's okay to say that because this is definitely an R-rated movie with violence, sex, language, everything. And but Sharmus Prime,
definitely rated R.
Yeah, definitely rated R. So but yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Going back to the gore. Me and you aren't like the biggest fans of like graphic violence at all, but
not really.
Not at all. I mean, like, it's not like I'm a guy, like, I should like it more, but I'm like it's more like I just like good action. It doesn't have to. I'm more of a PG-13 guy. So but I do like good R-rated movies, like, you know, Terminator, RoboCop. I mean, the original, but this one, like the original 300, I loved that. Like we were saying, the gore. Even though it's, you know, there's the decapitation, and this is minor spoilers. I mean, if you watch the first 300, they had the same thing. Decapitation, you know, people getting, like, you know, cut off limbs and everything.
Yeah,
but,
very stylized though.
But it's very stylized, like Sin City too, because it's
Frank
Miller.
What it reminded me of.
It's both Frank Miller did 300. He Sin City, you know, Dark Knight Returns. So that's Frank Miller style. He's a very gritty, dark, you know, violent kind of comic book writer, artist. So, it was tons of great action scenes, tons of great gore. So if you, that's one thing going back to the original. If you love that in the original, this will definitely deliver. In fact, I think there was so many great battle scenes, and especially this one had what the first one didn't. Water battle scenes, like at sea. You didn't see that really in the first one.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Assassin's Creed 4 is doing the pirate ship thing. That's like, it's kind of like, what do you do to 300 to make it more badass? Well, okay, let's add water battles. Like, there you go. So that's the thing. And so, and freaking, like, we'll get to the characters here in a second, and we're gonna butcher his name, but the main character going on a horse, that was, wow, a horse going through the sea and like
with
ship to ships. That's a minor spoiler, but that's shown in the trailer. But that was pretty amazing. But yeah, so let's the violence, action was amazing. Let's talk about the cast. So the cast, we're gonna try this the best. So even Sullivan.
They didn't really say their names that much in the
did,
movie.
Yeah.
So
like Sharmus Prime did a great job of trying to say the names, or I think he did. So like, big ups to you, Sharmus. So we spent good time with him and Charlie the One. Sullivan Stapleton played their milk. Let's try to say this together. This is the fun part of doing reviews. Themistocles. We're just gonna say the main guy. So
Themistocles.
Yeah. So the thing to get from this, even though this is a sequel to 300, it's more like it's kind of a prequel / sequel. It takes place before, during, and after while 300 is happening, and it's. The Spartans are in this and characters from the original 300.
Yeah, but you don't see them as much.
Yeah,
I expected to see more of it, but
yeah. It's mostly about the Athenians. Because this is a big part of Greece is Sparta and Athena, and so this is what it's mostly focused on, the Athenians, and they're definitely very different. They're badass, but not as like together and like formulated and
as
like
300.
As 300. Yeah, the Spartans. Like the Spartans are more aggressive. They live to be warriors. Whereas even like they say this in the movie, like these were poets and farmers and and that was the line from the original 300. It's like, well, what were you before the battle? I was like they're saying like what their job is. Yeah, and then it's like well what like Spartan. Yeah, exactly. And the Spartans were like, what are you Spartans? We are warriors. Like they were always trained to be warriors. They're not.
Well, they were picked when they were little kids.
Yeah, exactly. So the Spartans are the best of the best, but they're not the main focus of this movie. So don't go. And here's the thing too. Besides, and we'll get to the main cast here, but. Gerard Butler, who played Leonidas, and Michael Fassbender, and all those people that we love from the 300, they make like appearances.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like stock footage or something. And there is. The most you see of Leonidas is, and we won't spoil this, but it's not the best thing. We'll just say
that. It's not
that.
a very long scene.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of sad, especially because you love Leonidas, and he's still a great character. He's still one of, he had, the main guy in here. We liked him a lot, but he doesn't have as many great lines compared to Leonidas. Leonidas was like more of like, this is Spartan, like this is, like we died in hell. He had some great memorable lines.
Kicked that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Became like messages. A meme.
Yeah, exactly. But one thing we do see the Queen Lena Headey, who plays Queen Gorgo, like she was great. And one thing that Sharmus pointed out in this review, we watched it before this one, because we didn't watch it before watching the movie because of the spoiler review. The women in here are really strong, and that's what I like about the whole Greece, like in Greece or even Persia, like they're really strong women. They're not like just, oh, you go and fight, we're just gonna take care of the children. No, they can kick ass. Like these women are probably stronger, and like they can like, I would feel more protected being around them than like than by myself. But speaking of women, Eva Green plays Artemisia. She's the main protagonist in this. She is a Greek. She's a Greek woman was like kind of betrayed by Athena. I mean not Athena. Athens.
The Spartans.
Yeah, not the Spartans, but well, she's betrayed by Greece or whatever.
She was born in Greece, but
Athens. There we go. And then she becomes pretty much like Persian. Like a general founder, and then like she's trained to be like
she's a general.
Yeah, she becomes a general, cool. And she's pretty badass. And Eva Green always plays these characters that always look pretty evil. And I don't know why they do her makeup. Like this is more than one movie where I've seen her like really heavy eyeliner on her.
Well, she's got those like
dark
light
shadows.
eyes. So it really gets
she has beautiful eyes. And
maybe that's just a girl's point of view.
Oh yeah, and here's another thing. And Sharmus really makes a point of saying this in his review. If you watch this, there's a scene with her and the main
Thermostat.
Yeah, I know. We cannot say their names. I know that's the only problem with seeing these. But there's a main scene where it's definitely a very R-rated scene too. But I'll just say that. But they're enemies, and I thought both her character and him were really great. I think Leonidas.
They did a good job.
like Nina Linus had more memorable lines between the both of them, but I still think the cast was great. Like,
it's definitely worth it to see in 3D. Yeah, that's for sure. We saw it in 3D.
There's another guy in here. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. You see it in 3D, the blood and
the guts.
even
the particles in the air.
There's particles that's 3D. Yeah, it's like somewhat distracting, but it's beautiful.
And dust and all sorts of stuff. I think they really were trying to make it look like the comics.
Exactly. There's one other guy that's like a kid, Hans Matherson. He plays like this kid. He's really cool. He's he kind of there's a father-son dynamic in this movie that is really cool. I'll just say that. And yeah, but besides that, we really enjoyed the movie. Like I said, the action was amazing. The visuals were amazing. The cast of characters were really great. Like I said, not as many memorable lines as the first 300, but still a great sequel. Like definitely a sequel worthy. It's definitely not one of those that's like, oh, it's a cash in. I really felt like they really did this a sequel justice. Like it really felt like, you know, like it really continued the story and actually explained things that we didn't know, and like it was really cool. And I really recommend it for fans of the first movie, fans of like really Greek mythology, of action. Like definitely like that cool action. But with that said,
for bloodiness.
Exactly. with that said, we give 300 Rise of an Empire 4 4-pack out of 5 or 6. No, I was kidding. But by the way, seeing this movie just like the first 300 makes us definitely want to go back to gym. I have to do like 1,000,000 sit-ups to get the abs that these guys have.
We're gonna go tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We're going right after this to work out. So that's it. Thank you, Natalie, for being the review. And definitely go see this movie in 3D. I definitely recommend seeing this in theaters.
Yeah, see it in 3D. I thought it was worth it.
Definitely
really
worth
cool
seeing it.
Very amazing.
Exactly. So yeah, that's it. Exactly. Thank you so much for being sweet. Go see 300 Rise of Empire in 3D. Definitely gonna buy on Blu-ray. Thank you, Natalie. Check out my website, SeanXLong.com and at HootsNerd.net. This is Sean Long and Natalie saying,
live long and love life.
Check out
Sean Long,
Jason David Frank, Tommy the Green Ranger.
This is a